I am a difference maker. Imagine all the people. I am a difference maker.
Right, hello from the Wisdoms 123 team, from Leigh, Trevor, and myself, Ivan Andersen. We're here picking up on the discussion we had just now about knowing that you're a role model to somebody. Somebody's looking up to you, somebody's following you, somebody's watching you. So what is it that you're doing? And how do you actually dig down into that? How do you evaluate, who you are, what you're doing, why you are a role model, whether you are a role model or not? We spoke about reflecting, we spoke about looking into the mirror, and this is no through the looking glass exercise here today. We are talking reality. And so, Trevor, what is the reality when it comes to reflecting on yourself?
Well, again, that word reflecting and looking in the mirror and looking in at who you are. I think before you have any of these grand ideas of making a difference in other people's lives, it's to get to understand who you are, where you are in your life. Why do you want to make this difference? And you've got to have a look into that mirror and not like Alice in the looking glass and jump through it because you'll find all kinds of funny characters there. You need to get to understand yourself, the funny character that's looking back at you. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to take this not overly seriously, but actually lightly. That word pragmatic comes and try to turn around and say, there are a couple of types of people, Ivan. There are those that know themselves extremely well. There are those that are even privileged. In fact, there are those that have got tons of money, and they may be very different to those that don't have any of this thing, that don't know who they are, they don't have the money around, but they know there's something that they've got to do. And that's what our channel of difference makers is all about. To have the privilege of meeting with people that are already making a magnificent difference in cities all over the world. That's who we're looking to connect with here. And then to connect those people that know in their heart of the hearts, I'd love to make a positive difference. I don't know how to go about it. That's where we've got some ideas to help people to communicate with it. And no one is above the other. It's just so important that we actually help people to understand who they are and what they want to do. And it begins by looking at yourself in the mirror. And just to relate it back, it was about Leigh brought it up. What type of role model are you as a beginning point? Are you proud of the role model that you actually give to your family? Maybe your granddaughter. I can talk about granddaughters at my age, or whoever's in your family. Or are you embarrassed? Or are you the type of leader that is dragging communities down? Are you a criminal leader, for goodness sake? Listen, I don't want you in our community, but, start getting to understand who you are and getting to analyze whether it is you want to be a positive difference maker. You're either making a positive difference in the world, or you're adding to the negativity of the world. So let me shut up there because...
All right, Leigh, can you unravel some sense out of that ramble?
Yeah, I mean, it's again, we talk about conversation stimulating thoughts. And so what came to my mind in terms of looking at the mirror, the person that I look back at me, or the person who looks back at me from the mirror at the stage of life that I am now, is not the person that looked back at me when I was 18 or 30 or 40. So the face has changed. There's definitely some, dynamics that have added to the look back. And I think it's also recognizing that although there may be there's some solid stuff in us that says this is who I am and this is who I remain, that there's seasons of life, and that who I am and what I can do and how I can contribute and what my interests are and how I can make a difference being the person I am now, it changes. The change that I was making as a mother of young children, the changes I was making as a starting out a new business, the changes I'm making now, in the partnerships that I've built over many, many years. Those are new ways of just touching base with people, and it's recognizing those changes too, and learning to live and go with the flow.
Excellent, thanks, Leigh. Yeah, and I think talking about touching base, we'd love to touch base with you. You touch base with yourself let's try repeating that slowly, as we've discussed in this session. Make sure that you are looking at the person who's looking back at you, and not some illusion that might be floating around there. So no illusions here. We are on a process. We know what that process is. We know the kind of people we love as part of that process, and that's you. People who want to make a difference, people who want to understand how to make a difference, people who want to understand more about themselves and how they can make a difference. So start making a difference, start contributing, get online, look at some of the articles linked in the description below, make some comments, give us some feedback, join us on some of these sessions. We'd love to have you on board. So difference makers out there, we hope to see you soon.
What the world needs now.
I am a difference maker.
Imagine all the people.
I am a difference maker.